Hello, and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are currently playing through CODA. And Setsuna, precious angel, just will not stop forgiving us. She's mad. She knew we were with Kazusa. It was pretty obvious. Tomo told her. And she's not even mad. She's mad at us for betraying Kazusa at the last minute and is trying to convince us to go back to Kazusa's concert. So, let's continue from there.
ここがどこだと思ってんだよ。もう最後の曲だって聴けないって。
なら楽屋に顔出すだけでもおめでとうって声かけるだけでも行けなくてごめんって謝るだけでも。
もういいだろ。俺は全部覚悟の上で刹那に会いに来たんだ。今さら戻ったって何にもならないって。
覚悟なんかしてない。春樹くん、全然覚悟なんかできてないよ。
Her statement hit me right where it hurt the most, such that I wasn't able to immediately deny what she said or snap back at her. Although I'd hoped for her to understand me to such an extent, in a way, it's also one of the reasons why I can't say anything. That's why I take a deep breath and squeeze out different words from my lungs.
それでもこれで終わりだ。俺もう二度と刹那を裏切ったりしない。
How many times have you had to say this to her? It's pathetic. I'm neither denying her nor snapping back at her. I'm simply becoming defiant.
終わらない。
そっか。許してくれないか。もう。
But, as I thought, Setsuna still refuses to accept it. She won't give me any affirmation. But that, too, is only natural. I'm likely the one person who's hurt Setsuna more than anyone else throughout her short life. Yup. And even Setsuna's incredibly compassionate heart was bound to wear out eventually, for she was not divine, only human.
違う。許してくれないのはカズサだよ。終わらないのはカズサだよ。
刹那。
諦めたりしないのはカズサだよ。
But Setsuna's kindness once again proves my despair-filled expectations wrong.
終わらない。まだ終わってないよ。私たち3人、こんなことじゃ全然終わらないんだよ。
I've known that someday it will wear out, but it seems there's still some time until that day. Yeah, when would that day ever be?
そんなことない。終わってる。5年前にとっくに終わってるって。
私、保証する。こんなことされたくらいで、カズサは春樹くんのこと、絶対に諦めるわけがない。
どうしてそんなこと言えるんだよ。今のあいつに会ってもいないのに、そんな。
だってカズサ、私に会いに来ないんだもん。遠くから見てるだけで、私に声をかけてくれなかったんだもん。
それは、だってあいつ刹那に合わせる顔がないって。それだって俺のせいで。
違うよ。私のことまだ許してくれないんだよ。私と春樹くんのこと許してくれてないんだよ。
そんなの違う。
カズサは5年前のこと全然忘れられてないんだよ。
Which Which is obvious and clear, especially to Haruki at this point.
私に裏切られたこと、春樹くんを奪われたこと、忘れてないんだよ。
だから違うって。あいつは、上総は刹那を恨んでなんかいない。ずっと、あの頃から好きなままでいたよ。
そういう、たった一つだけの気持ちじゃないんだよ。人って、誰もがそうだよ。
Setsuna is too kind and too strong.
私だって、カズさんのことが好き。ずっと、あの頃から好きなままだよ。
She bears the form of the ideal woman who hasn't changed since the day we met. She's still completely wasted on me.
だけど、それで全部じゃない。とても人には、特に春樹くんには言えない気持ちだって抱えてる。
Which is fair, but that's the thing. Having to hide half of your own feelings in order to make a relationship work is not a very healthy relationship. She's a misguided yet utterly virtuous woman who is degrading me into a miserable man who only wants to take advantage of her. She's turning me into someone who will give her nothing but excuses.
だから、もう会わないからとか、そういう問題じゃない。逃げても、距離を置いても、時間は何も解決してくれない。
刹那。
これからのこと、上総と、春樹くんと、私と、しっかり決着をつけないといけないんだよ。
I've taken advantage of that kindness and made her suffer countless times. I've let myself be spoiled by her strength and abandoned her countless times.
だから、今は上総の元へと行って、そして、上総を安心させてあげて。
There is no guarantee that I won't do that again in the future. Yet Setsuna keeps repeating the same mistake. That's why I...
やっぱり、いけない。
春樹くん。
That's why today, once again, I'll become the me that I hate today. I'll let her turn me into a miserable man who can only run away, unable to solve anything by himself. I'll become such a person because of none other than Setsuna herself. Well, it's not only Setsuna. Here's the problem. Haruki keeps making a bad mistake, right? With the cheating. He makes the mistake. Setsuna forgives him. He makes the mistake. Setsuna forgives him. They're stuck in this stupid loop. And so I'm not saying like, oh, well, this is half Setsuna's fault. But her being stuck in the loop is her fault. Haruki being stuck in the loop is his fault. So they can't blame each other. You know what I'm saying?
俺、刹那のことが好きなのに、それだけじゃ、いけないのかよ。
いけないよ。だって、それだけじゃないから。上総のこと、好きなままだから。
でも俺、間違えるのが怖い。何もかも5年前に戻るのが怖いんだよ。
I'm afraid. How about I'm afraid that I have made a mistake? Because it's in the past. I know the right choice. It's right before my eyes. But when I'm next to that girl, I always make the wrong choice. I end up wanting to make the wrong choice.
大丈夫。私はあなたを信じてる。なんて、ごめん。さすがに言えないかな。
That's harsh. I mean, true, but harsh.
言っておくけど、春樹くんを信じていないからじゃないよ。春樹くんを信じてるからだよ。
何言ってんだよ。
She can't have faith in me because she has faith in me?
あなたのカズサへの思いの強さを信じてるから。あなたのカズサへの愛を信じられてしまうから。だからあなたが私のところに戻ってくるって最後の最後まで信じきれない。
Setsuna spoke those linguistically incorrect words with both distinctness and correctness. Wow, this is the Haruki I know. For real, don't get caught up on her Japanese, I guess I should say, in a situation like this.
私、春樹くんに幸せになってもらいたい。カズさんに幸せになってもらいたい。そして私も幸せになりたい。
Which is probably not gonna be possible. Sometimes you have to get hurt in order to get better. And that's, you know, it's like when you break your nose. You have to set your nose. It's gonna hurt, but once it's set in place, you can continue to heal.
春樹くんが好き。カズサが好き。そして私は私が好き。3人揃った今、誰の幸せが一番かなんて選べない。ずっと悩んだし、今も悩んでる。そしてまだ結論が出ない。だから今はまだあなたを受け入れられない。理屈っぽいこと言ってごめんね。
刹那。
ねえ、春樹くん。逃げたらダメだよ。お互いさ。
刹那はさ。
I'm amazed you can tolerate being the girlfriend of such a despicable man. That's something I've had on the tip of my tongue all this time. The bitter irony toward the woman with terrible luck with men. I've never wanted to tell her this more than now.
いや、なんでもない。
But I've also never bit my tongue this hard either.
帰ろう、春樹くん。
わかった。
Because I've never wanted to tell her, I want you to remain as the girlfriend of this despicable man, more than now either.
本当はね。私今すごく濡れてる。
Well, that's lovely.
一月ぶりに春樹くんに会えたから、こんな遠くまで追いかけてきてくれたから。
What an unsexy situation to say such a sexy thing during. That's so odd and, I don't know, not cringe, that's not the word, just awkward.
私のこと物欲しそうに見つめてくれたから。
刹那。
嬉しくて気持ちよくて体中が熱くてたまらない。
This is so unrealistic. What kind of... You cheat on your girlfriend. You admit that you're cheating to your girlfriend. And then she's like, oh my god, I'm so hot. I want to sleep with you. Are you kidding me? God. Incredible. Just... I don't know.
刹那。俺さ。
でも今はあなたに抱かれるわけにはいかない。ホテルに戻って自分で慰めて我慢する。
okay.
じゃあ
Why say that? Why bring that up? There's
仕
a
事
time and place.
頑張ってな。ミスしたんなら気にして原因突き詰めろ。そしたら次は少しだけうまくやれるから。
ありがとう。そういうの春樹くんらしくて嬉しいよ。また仕事の愚痴聞いてね。
お互いにな。
私からはしばらく連絡しない。私が必要になったら連絡して。でも逃げるためだったら話聞かない。
Well, it puts him in a bit of a predicament. Like, what is he supposed to do? You know he's never going to stop loving Kazusa 100%. But if he runs away, which, you know, he is, but if he runs away to choose you, you won't accept it. So, like, what is he supposed to do?
頑張ってみる。自信あるかどうか微妙だけど。
私も実はもう泣きそう。
せつな。
I give up on saying those last few words once the door closes. Because I won't ever be able to repeat those resolute words ever again. I have to make sure to save them until the next opportunity. Setsuna moves further away, though in reality it's me and the train moving away from her. The further away I get, the less clear Setsuna's expression becomes. I see an expression that looks like it's both smiling and crying, though that might just be my vision playing tricks on me. In the end, we never got to touch one another. Oy vey, is this... are you... Literally, this guy's mind is so stupid. That's the takeaway from this whole important situation? You're like, we never touched each other. Oh my god. We couldn't touch each other's lips, hands, not even our fingertips, let alone our skin. Like, I know that Haruki historically has used, you know, bodies and making love to someone as an escape, but that's really bad. That's really, really bad. We never got to enjoy each other's scent. We never got to feel each other's breath. The one sole exception to that was our exposed hearts. And we make it to Taka and Io. So from here, things end up more or less the same until the next big decision, and this is actually the final decision, which leads us into Setsuna True's route. So I'm going to skip ahead and I will see you at the next crossroads. So, coming to the next new scene. So this scene is unlocked if you're actually coming back from admitting the truth to Setsuna and you try to make it to the concert on time. So Haruki is frantically running to the concert hall. I knew it from the beginning. I knew that coming here would be useless. I knew that I'd never make it in time for the end, let alone the beginning of Kazusa's concert. I knew that the concert hall would be long since closed, that I won't be able to enter the dressing room. I knew that I wouldn't be able to congratulate her, to apologize to her for not coming. I knew that it was all far too late. You're not prepared. Haruki-kun, you're not prepared at all. With the voice of Setsuna in the back of my mind, I left Osaka for Tokyo at full speed. I thought that Setsuna gave me courage, yet my feet are shaking, my throat feels dry, I have a cold sweat. However, that's not because I've run at full speed. It's because I've yet to gather my resolve, just like Setsuna said. That goes both for when I ran away from Kazusa, and now when I'm returning to her. Yes, even now, just like when I ran away from Kazusa, I'm incapable of doing anything. This guy just needs to leave. He needs to leave Japan and go on one of those soul-searching trips for a summer. I think that would help him sort out his heart a little bit. All I can do is to stand still in front of the long-since deserted concert hall. Well, kudos for trying. Can't say that he didn't try. Alright, so we're gonna skip ahead to the next new part, so I'll see you then. And welcome back. So, this scene is where Kazusa has gone missing and Haruki's going back and forth saying, like, is it any of my business? Should I be the one that has to find Kazusa? And here, because we're in Setsuna True, he says, because I promised Setsuna I would. So.
私、海洋社編集部の北原と申します。いつもお世話になっております。はい、そうです。東間和沙さんの担当の。
I promised not to run away anymore. I promised that I'd face Kazusa.
今朝、弊社の浜田の方からも連絡させていただいたと思うのですが。
I promised to apologize for not being able to come. That definitely changes the meaning.
そうですか、まだ。では、陽子さん、東間社長も。
I promised to ease Kazusa's mind.
では、連絡が取れましたら、至急北原に連絡をくださいとお伝え願います。連絡先申し上げます。
I promised to make everyone happy. It's a big promise. It's a very impossible promise.
そうですか。ええ、結構です。ありがとうございました。では、失礼します。おっと。
As I'm speaking on the phone, I lower the heat on the stew that had started boiling at some point. When I open the lid, a pleasant, spicy fragrance fills the air.
次は。
I called everyone in my line of business that I knew, but in the end, it was all pointless. Though that's about what I expected. There is no way the young pianist who earned the title Enemy of the Media in just a few days would ever carelessly leave any traces of herself. I guarded her until the day of the concert myself, after all.
私、海洋社編集部の北原と申します。いつもお世話になっております。恐れ入りますが、シャンディ編集部の板倉さんは。
And in the end, it has backfired on me right now. It seems that finding out Kazusa's whereabouts from the mass media is going to be a difficult task. Perhaps I have no choice but to find Yoko-san tomorrow after all. That's probably my only choice, and the most safe and certain method.
出張ですか。わかりました。では結構です。また明日連絡させていただきますので、電話があったことだけお伝えください。では。
Either way, I should give up on recklessly looking for her outside. I should stay in this room with the mindset that she can return at any time. Because there's no real reason to be worried. If she truly has decided to disappear, it's probably just because she's sulking a bit. Okay, well that's kind of a rude thing to say, I think. If I talk to her, if I apologize to her, the misunderstanding will be resolved. We can reconcile as friends. We can reach an agreement as business partners. That's why I'm just slightly worried about my friend, and I need to back up my business partner.
よし、そろそろ。
I decided to go with curry for dinner today, one that can be eaten immediately. I made so much of it that for a single person to eat all of it, it'd take more than a week. Well, that's kind of silly. But there's no deep meaning behind that, is there? The intricacies of Haruki's mind are so funny sometimes. At that moment, as I'm speaking of the devil, I hear a sound coming from the door of the other apartment.
カズサ！おい、カズサ！お前、今まで一体どこに？
Look, there's no deep meaning behind it after all. I always knew she'd come back if I waited. But my mind won't be put at ease until I give her a piece of my mind. After all, she decided to disappear for the whole day, causing countless people trouble.
開けろ！帰ってきてんだろ！お前、話があるって言ってんだろ！
As my neighbor, my friend, and my business partner, it's only natural that she gets lectured.
どうも、お騒がせしました。本当にすいません。
It was the resident of the apartment 2 doors away. Seeing myself in such a cliched situation gave me vertigo. That's so embarrassing. And being noisy and disrespectful toward neighbors in Japan is such a big social taboo. So making all this racket is like just unheard of.
Hi. はい。では、何かありましたら携帯の方にお手数かけます。では、失礼します。
Okay, and from here, Haruki is going to continue the search for Kazusa, so I'll come back to you when we have the new scene at a new crossroads. So here, now we're back to Kazusa. We found her, she was in her old house, and it's a very dramatic scene between her and Haruki. Now what's interesting about this crossroads here is because we're in Setsuna True Route, it doesn't even give us the option to let go of her hands. It doesn't give you the option to immediately give in to your lust because you've kind of proven at this point you are still in love with Setsuna, despite also being in love with Kazusa. So here, we have to turn my face away.
なんでだよ。
Kazusa's breath touches only my right cheek.
どうしてダメなんだよ。
Because I turned to the side. Because I averted my gaze away from Kazusa. Because I've shown Kazusa that I can't accept her.
私のこと嫌いじゃないって言っただろ。
いや、好きだって言った。
Okay, well, you probably shouldn't be saying that at this point.
自分のせいだって認めたよな。
5年前も去年も一昨日も全部俺が悪い。
ならこっち向けよ。
やった。
いい加減にしろ。なんでどうして。
She pushed me down, pleaded for us to kiss, and sought a relationship built on a purely physical connection. She says she desires such extreme things and sets them up to happen. Not only that, her appearance, social standing, and attitude all point to her being an eccentric.
うして私を受け入れてくれないんだよ。
Oh no. But I know the truth. I know that she'll get cold feet and hesitate right at the very end. I know that she's so timid that it's actually adorable. I know so well that it makes me want to cry.
何がいけないんだ。刹那を選んでいいって言ってるじゃないか。他に何が望みなんだよ。
Kazusa's eyes turn wet once again, just as soon as her tears have dried up. Her fresh teardrops fall on my right cheek, and my own tears drip from the corners of my eyes. Oh. And this is the good sign, being in Setsuna true, you know you've done everything correctly if you are able to choose option 1 here. I love Setsuna. Which is a harsh reality to present to Kazusa right now, but it's important.
刹那を愛してる。
And another important thing is when he said that he loved Kazusa earlier in this scene, he used a much less strong version of the word love in Japanese than he is here. Here, this is the strongest word for love that exists in Japanese. So him declaring this towards Setsuna is very powerful.
知ってる。
I can see Setsuna's smile when I close my eyes.
刹那を愛してるんだ。
そんな当たり前のこと言っても意味がない。
I can see her innocent, mischievous smile from 5 years ago. I can see her miserable smile from 2 years ago that showed how tired she was of waiting.
刹那を世界で一番愛してる。
That is a very blunt answer.
だから刹那を愛してていいんだ。一番でいいんだ。
I can see the genuine smile she lets out in the present day that expresses the faith she has in me.
刹那を愛してるんだ。もう裏切りたくないんだ。
裏切りじゃない。こんなの裏切りになんかならないよ。誰も不幸になんかさせないよ。
Okay, Kazusa, like, as much as I do feel bad for you, that is completely untrue. I can see the most precious thing in the world. I can see the very thing I've desired all this time right in front of me.
刹那を愛してる。
知ってるって言ってるだろ。その言葉を言うな。その名前を出すな。
Something worth throwing away everything else for.
刹那を刹那を
黙れ。
俺には刹那だけなんだ。もう刹那しかいないんだ。
It's right there, behind the person who we used to be, the most precious person to me.
うるさい。やめろ。やめて。
You gotta feel bad for Kazusa here though, because despite, I don't know, just Haruki keeps going and going and going to the point where, you know, he finds her and then immediately starts kissing her uncontrollably, kissing her and licking her hand and whatever else. And then he's like, by the way, I love Setsuna, not you, bye. Like, you do feel bad. My entire body starts to tremble. I'm not sure if I'm the one trembling, or if it's just Kazusa's trembling that's being transmitted to me. Or it could very well be both. it's not something that I need to know anymore. I know that I've made up my mind now. A very important decision that's finally been made.
はい。はい。それじゃあ、お願いします。
And now that everything's calmed down, I think we will stop there for today. So, thank you so much for being here with me on this episode of CODA, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, hope you take care. See you!